Hey guys, welcome back. Today I thought it would be cool to talk about PAs. I've had a lot of questions from authors in my author group about how to find a PA, what's a good PA, what should they expect of a PA. I've been having these questions for years, and it took me a while. It took me 5 years in indie to find a PA who worked for me. I think there are a ton of answers and none are really right or wrong, but this is sort of my experience. So for me, a PA was really important, I would say, by the time I hit about my 3rd book. And the reason for this is there is so much involved with marketing when it comes to indie publishing. Even when you have a publisher, you really can only expect so much. A publisher is juggling a bunch of authors. It's not like a publisher can dedicate all of their time to just your book and promoting that. So for me, I quickly learned by about my 3rd book that spending 60% of my time with marketing was slowing down my writing. So the one way to do that and handle that kind of balance was to say, all right, I need to hire somebody. Now, obviously, when you're making $20 a month in royalties, that becomes a little bit like, do I really want to pay someone $50 a month to promote my work? And the answer is yes, you do. And here's why. Even though you will lose money hiring a PA initially, and most PAs really are about $50 a month. Some people spend up to $200 a month. Some PAs will work with you and just for signed copies of your books, but you want to plan on spending about $50 a month in general. So, and again, it depends on what you are asking your PA to do. It depends on the nature of the relationship and what they're comfortable with, how much experience they have, all of that. But you can kind of think $50 a month when you decide whether or not you think you should get a PA. So in my situation, I just knew, like, I'm not going to be able to write at the same pace that I've been writing, which is pretty quick, if I don't hire someone. So I did that, and it worked out really well. I had a great PA for a couple of years, and we just really did well together. She got me new readers. She helped me, I think, a lot with confidence. That was big. She was really encouraging, and I appreciated that. And to this day, we're still friends, and I still appreciate that. And now, ironically, she has become an author, and I try to give her the same encouragement. So that relationship went well. However, down the road, I discovered that I had different needs. I really was in a place where I had, by then maybe 30 books, and I needed someone that was going to pimp me daily, pimp me in a variety of places. And by pimp in indie, that term, what it means is market, promote. I'll do a video eventually on indie terminology. There are some words where you're like, you want me to pimp myself? Yes, I do. Actually, I want your PA to do it too, but whatever. So basically, I needed somebody that was going to be pimping me all the time. And I went through a couple of PAs, and none of them were bad. They just weren't a great match. I knew that I had a lot of books and that I would continue to have a lot of books. I'm crazy fast, and my content, I've got a lot of content, a lot of graphics. I need daily promotion out of a PA. That was just something I knew for me. And after going through a couple of PAs, I realized, okay, it's not that, again, that they didn't do a good job. They did, but they weren't giving me what I needed. I needed people that were in book marketing groups daily. So ultimately, after going through a couple of PAs, I eventually came and to a point where I just felt like, okay, I'm throwing my money away. By then, I was making more than that $50 a month, but it would be nice to make, not be giving away $50 a month, and actually be able to see a profit from my writing. So I was in a spot where, no, I wasn't losing money on a PA anymore, which was nice, but I also knew that I needed to have a PA relationship that felt more like a good fit. Here's how I did it. I started watching my readers. I had by then built up a reader base of like automatic one-click buyers of about 80 readers. So I could generally count on 86 pre-orders per release, which was pretty cool in indie. And I watched my readers, and a lot of them would pimp me for free. Pimping, again, market me in groups and get my books out there. But I noticed a handful, that were doing this like daily without me asking, that kind of could see what I needed without me even saying a word. And one of them in particular was really good at this. She could anticipate my needs. She wasn't real chatty. She just kind of did her thing, and away we went. And we just had a good kind of, I would say, like acquaintance relationship. We weren't particularly friends at that point. But anyway, I got in a crunch with a release. The PA that I had at the time, I feel like maybe she lost power, or she had work or something. But it was a release day, and I had no PA on anywhere. And I asked this reader to help me get through this release day, because there was no way I was going to do it myself. I just didn't have the time. I was working full time. And there was just no way to do this alone. And that reader kind of stepped in, and that's when we started forming a friendship. Going forward, and I don't remember exactly how this went, but eventually I asked her, I said, look, I need a PA that I can like basically train from the ground up. I know I'm crazy. I know I've got a million releases. I know I've got a million graphics. I know that I'm like high needs, and I really am. What do you think? And she jumped right in, and that's kind of her spirit anyways. Even since, and it's been, I don't know, but like probably 2 years now or something. She always jumps in. I ask her anything I ask her to do. She knows, okay, Erin's nuts. She's gonna come up with some crazy idea, and I'm gonna just kind of wing it, and she does. So since then, I've had an awesome PA. Her name is Kimberly Lee, and we're not related. Everyone thinks we're related because of Lee, but Lee's my middle name, and it's her last name, so there's that. And we've just done really well together. She is now the marketing director at Crazy Ink as well. She's still my PA, and I pay her separately for the marketing stuff at CI, and then, my own books. But I honestly think that one of the best ways to get a PA, which by the way stands for personal assistant, is to kind of see people who naturally gravitate toward your work. Kim had read like all of my books. She was buying all of my books. She knew my characters. She knew my goal and my brand, and really kind of just got me. And I feel like that's so important when you get a PA. So when you're looking for a PA, I would look at readers, not people that are already PAs. Everyone wants to just go with the known PA who's experienced. If you take the time to train someone to PA the way you want them to PA, you're actually gonna do better for it, or at least I did. I felt like these canned PAs that were already out there and had been doing it for years weren't as effective for me, because they just like sort of had a certain system. I knew what I needed was different. So that's kind of what I went for, and it worked out really well. Regular kind of things you can expect of a PA. Smart links, you're gonna want them. You don't want those big ugly links all over the place. They should be able to make a smart link. They should be in all of the book promo groups, and they should be doing it on multiple platforms. It should not just be Facebook. It should be MeWe. It should be Twitter. It should be Instagram. It should be multiple platforms, but specifically ones that you're weak at. So like in my case, I have Kim on Instagram every single day. I'm not particularly good at Instagram. I'm working on it, but you can only learn so many platforms so fast. Kim is there every day. She's in SharePods. She's every single day on Instagram. So there's like a whole nother platform that I'm not really able to touch yet. That's like critical helpful. That's so helpful. I can't even express that enough. Another thing you can expect is Google Docs. They should be able to make a signed book form. They should be able to run an event. They should be able to set up an event, run a group, set up a group. Now you want to be careful. While you can make a PA an admin of a group or an author page, you don't want to go too far with that. You don't want your PA to be your voice. Your readers need to see you more than your PA. You're taking the time to engage with your readers and talk about book content and other authors and networking type things, while your PA is working on promoting your actual work. So that's a really important thing that you need to kind of watch out for when you're kind of deciding who's going to do what. You don't want to lose your voice just because you've hired a PA. It's not, oh, I hired Kim, so cool, I never have to show up online again. I'm not doing any of my own marketing. No way. It needs to be a tag team effort. And it's funny, Kim and I are best friends now. I mean, like, I cannot imagine my work. I don't even know how I did books without Kim. But part of that relationship is something that readers see. We have nicknames for each other. They can see that we're close, and we are. And I think that helps. It humanizes not only the author but the PA. We're in this together, and that's so important. When you do decide that you want to get a PA, an important thing to think about is contracts. Set your expectations. These are the things I expect. This is how often. Another thing I would caution against: do not hire PAs that schedule. There are PAs that will schedule months out. I do not believe in that. It's not authentic. Readers can tell the difference between a canned post and a live post. Or like when you schedule for a takeover event in Facebook, and I will literally make videos on each of these things. You don't want a PA that's just slapping down a canned sheet. You want someone who's going to show up and actually be there. You need a PA who's going to be there on your release day. You need a PA that's going to post live for you every day. Not scheduled. I cannot stress this enough. So many PAs schedule and they think that that's, job well done. And okay, it meets a certain need, but there's nothing better than that live, tangible marketing where even your PA is interacting with your readers. And that's something that most PAs won't do. And here's where your PA knowing your brand, knowing your stories is important. Kim has reviewed all of that, all of my books. She was a beta reader for me. All those things, that's so important when you think about who you want to hire for a PA. So really when people say, well, who do you recommend? I recommend your best reader. Get to know them, form a relationship. I know my readers' birthdays. I know their husband's names or their pets or their favorite color. You've got to build relationships with the readers. And when you find readers that really get you, and you will find them if you work at this, there's your PA. Your PA's in that bunch, not in the, hi, I'm a PA and this is what I do. That's where your PA is. At least for me it was. So do I need a PA? If you're serious about this, you do. You really do. Am I going to lose money paying a PA? Yup. But here's the deal. I had a pimp come to me and say, hey, I don't really pimp authors that have PAs because they don't need the help. And I turned that right around and I said, to me, I would pimp the authors who do have a PA. Authors that have a PA, from a publishing standpoint too, I think this all the time as a publisher. Authors with a PA have invested in themselves. If an author is not willing to invest in their own work, in their own books, in their own promotion, in their own marketing, why do they expect readers to do that? I understand not everyone has the money, but if you don't see an author regularly promoting their work, or with a PA, or better yet, a combo of that, then I don't know why they would expect readers to be interested. They're not invested. How can you expect a reader to want to spend their money on your books if you won't? So that's something to think about. I know that as a publisher, I take authors with PAs more seriously. I also take authors with PAs more seriously as a reader, and I do buy books. I am a reader. So those are just my thoughts on PAs for now. I'm sure I'll make 10 more videos about this. I get asked this constantly. A big thing is trust. You've got to be able to vent to your PA, and indie is full of drama. If you know that you are working with someone you can trust, that's half the battle. You've got to be able to work through conflict. Not every day is a great day for me and Kim, but we work through it. It doesn't go all over the public feed. It's, all right, let's fix it. And we do. Anyway, that's my spiel on PAs. Someone you can trust, a contract, clear expectations, someone who knows and gets you, and take your time with it. You're better off taking 3 months to find the right PA than wasting money on PAs that don't work for you. There is a PA for every author, just like there is an author for every reader. Till next time, peace, Oops, am I doing this wrong? Yes. Peace, love.